Alright. It is Thursday, June 6th, 2019 at 5:27 p.m. Let's take a look quickly here at the weather. We have our Atlantic names for hurricane from the Hurricane Center, and Barry apparently did not turn into a storm. The 91 L Invest 91L did not turn into Barry. As you see here, it is heading towards the Florida Panhandle, passing parts of Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, heading into Georgia and Florida area. Alright, let's take a look here at the bigger picture. You see most of 91L heading into the Florida Panhandle. There's some rain and storms happening over Nevada, Montana, Idaho. There's still some rain out in the Atlantic, but the National Hurricane Center has not issued any warnings of storms. Let's take a look here at the National Hurricane Center. No tropical cyclone activity is expected during the next 48 hours for the Atlantic. For the eastern North Pacific, tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 48 hours. And for the Central Pacific, the Hawaii area, tropical cyclone activity is not expected during the next 48 hours. Okay, let's take a look quickly here. Flooding. Flooding's been happening with all this rain being brought by Invest 91L and other rain happening over this past few couple of weeks. One dead, car stranded, water rescues needed as dangerous storms hit the states. It says here, at least one person was killed in flooding in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Parts of Interstate 110 were covered with water. A possible tornado flipped cars in a hospital parking lot in Baton Rouge. More than 20 high water rescues performed in Oklahoma City. Storms in Louisiana and Oklahoma on Thursday killed at least one person and left homes and other buildings damaged, cars overturned, and streets flooded. We unfortunately had a confirmed fatality associated with the weather we've experienced today. Baton Rouge, Louisiana Mayor President Sharon Western Burns said in a press conference late Thursday morning. Officers with the Baton Rouge Police Department responded to a pickup truck stalled in flooded waters. The driver had attempted to get out of the truck and was taken to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. NBC Local 33 reported the person was later pronounced dead. Broome said officials were caught off guard by the weather. In Oklahoma, police were responded to nearly 24 high water rescues in Oklahoma City in a little more than an hour Thursday morning. Our community experienced flash flooding overnight in the morning today, experienced more rainfall than was originally forecast, Baton Rouge Mayor Broome said. The heaviest rains came during rush hour traffic this morning. She started her press conference with a moment of silence for the flooding victim and then implored people to stay off the streets. I do not want anybody to risk their lives, Broome said. 5 people were taken to a hospital after being injured at an ExxonMobil pipeline company plant in Sorrento, Louisiana, about 25 miles southeast of Baton Rouge, by a possible tornado. The Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office confirmed the plant was hit by a lightning strike, but it's unclear whether the tornado touched down at this time. High winds and possible tornadoes also caused damage. Cars were flipped on their roofs and parts of the Baton Rouge General Hospital Bluebonnet campus, but what may have been a tornado. The hospital later tweeted that there was some damage to building exteriors, but added the patients and staff were safe. An apartment complex in the city also was damaged. A tree fell across the front of a home in central Louisiana, just to the northeast of Baton Rouge. A family was in the house at the time, but only minor injuries were reported, according to the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office. And here you see a picture of the front of a home in central Louisiana, knocked off by large trees that fell during the storm on Thursday, June 6, 2019. Let me click here, see if I can zoom in. You guys can see a better picture of the damage to that roof from a possibility of a tornado, of a tree that fell on the storm on Thursday. Dozens of streets were closed by flooding in Baton Rouge and Lafayette. Flooded streets were also reported in Evangeline, Iberia, Jeff Davis and St. Martin parishes, according to KATC. Parts of Interstate 110 were underwater. According to the Advocate, nearly 25,000 customers were without power in the state, according to PowerOutage.us. More than 3.5 inches of rain fell over 2 hours in the early morning hours, local time. Weather.com meteorologist Jonathan Ehrman said. And you see here pictures of flipped vehicles in Baton Rouge. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Flipped vehicles because of a possibility of a tornado that happened there. There's flooding all over the streets. Let's take a picture at this. There's flooding. The cars flooded out. Please be careful when driving in Baton Rouge. And the homes flooded as well. The roads flooded. So it's pretty dangerous with all that flooding. Alright, let's take a look at the National Weather Service. There are tornado warnings and flash flood warnings in eastern Oklahoma and northwestern Arkansas. There is severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of Utah and parts of southeastern Idaho. There is severe weather statement. There's also flood warnings and flood watches for southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, central Oklahoma, and Mobile, Pensacola. Severe thunderstorm watch for parts of Texas here, as well as flash flood warnings on the part of Texas. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Please stay safe out there with all these floods happening. We don't need more people driving into flooded areas. Also remember to try and get supplies for hurricane season. We already, in my household, got canned goods. We have water. We have flashlights. We have candles. Please get prepared for your hurricane season. It has already begun. We already had Invest 91L reaching the Texas, Louisiana area. It is not a hurricane, but it is just a precursor to what this season brings. So please be prepared, guys. Alright, hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. God bless.